Thanksgiving weekend, 2023. Why? Well, because on that weekend, Friday of that weekend in the National Football League, first time we saw an NFL game played for your viewing pleasure on the Friday after Thanksgiving. And the Jets started Tim Boyle on that day.
Tim Boyle.
There he is against the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if this is the moment where the Jets were trying to take advantage of a late first half interception of Tua Tagovailoa and turn it into points with a Hail Mary, and instead Javon Holland had the first ever pick six return of a Hail Mary, calling it a Fail Mary. We learned that term. Never seen that before. So we saw Tim Boyle do his thing for the Jets on that Friday. 2 days later, the Giants played on that same field in MetLife Stadium. But Tommy Cutlet's out there.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy DeVito. He had a 12-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Hodgins on that day against Brockman's New England Patriots, and that was the only touchdown scored in the game. Wasn't pretty, but the Giants won it. Turned out to be Mac Jones's final start for the Patriots in 2023. We'll see if that's the case for evermore.
And Brockman wept.
And Tommy DeVito, that was in the middle of a 3-game win streak for him and a very Jeremy Lin-like run as the quarterback of the Giants. Kevin Moss-like run.
Kevin Moss.
As quarterback of the New York Giants.
Nice.
Why am I mentioning this?
Yeah, why, Rich?
Well, because yesterday, news flashed on the, let me get this correct, because this is not in my RSS feed, the Look Into It podcast with Eddie Bravo. Aaron Rodgers said, I'm hopeful I can play 2 or 3 or 4 more years, but you need to have some good fortune in there, too. Good fortune. Those are words not usually associated with the New York Jets. After kind of felt like we had the good fortune of Aaron Rodgers having an intention to play for the Jets and then actually making it happen, and only we know, yada, yada, yada. He wants to play 2, 3, or 4 more years. God bless you, Aaron. I'm just wondering if, because the 4th year would take him to age 44 in the middle of that year. He is he's one of those guys you can't say it's impossible to be the next Brady. Play till you're 45, keep slinging it, have a renaissance of a career, a Hall of Fame career post 40, as Tom Brady had. If that was just his own career, he would have had a Hall of Fame career post 40, right? Listen, I'm wondering if Aaron's throwing that out there just in case the Jets are thinking of kicking a tire on a rookie quarterback, having apparently spoken to all the rookie quarterbacks at the Combine that are at the top of the draft, with the exception of J.J. McCarthy. I don't know if you saw that look I shot to the camera as J.J. was in the booth live and I was going through it. You spoke to the Jets? He goes, no interview. I just had an informal with them, which is like basically they sing hi in the hallway.
Walk past the donut.
But
stand.
at any rate, wondering if Aaron's just throwing that out there. I could play 4 more years, Jets, as you get ready to potentially Jordan love me. And I mention this because is it possible we go from Tim Boyle and Tommy DeVito on a single weekend in MetLife in 2023 to a single weekend at MetLife Stadium in 2024? Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. Is that entirely possible? Well, it does appear that Russ returned to the scene of his lone Super Bowl victory. Yes, that did happen in MetLife against the Broncos, who, as we all know, famously traded for Russ and gave him a $245 million 5-year contract extension on which he will play the grand total of 0 downs. Adam Schefter and many of my NFL Media Group colleagues reporting today that Russell Wilson met with the Giants in an exploratory meeting. Now then, let's piece this all together. Let's piece it all together, shall we? Russell Wilson going to the Giants. I told you at the Combine, I heard the Giants are done with Daniel Jones. They're done thinking of him as the long-term answer. So we all know he blew out his knee after suffering a neck injury last year. And before all that, he looked brutal. He didn't look anything like the guy in Minnesota. Nothing. By that, I mean the wild card victory in the Brian Daboll Coach of the Year arrival on the scene for the G-Men. Looked nothing like him, with the exception of a second half comeback against the Arizona Cardinals for the Giants, who were just staring into the abyss of an 0-2 start after getting shut out in the season opener against the Giants. They were staring at an 0-2 start, and he came back and won that game 31-28 and then proceeded to lose the next 4 in a row. And the Giants actually, after that Week 2 win, wound up losing 7 of their next 8 as Jones went out and Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito started the rest of the games from Week 6 on. And the Giants have the 6th overall pick because of that result and might not have Saquon Barkley back. And certainly Jones, when he went out with a knee injury in November, when he did come back, and DeVito did finish games, that he would be out 8 to 10 months. He's not going to start Week 1, folks. Who might start Week 1? You're going to throw Tommy Cutlets out there Week 1? You want to re-sign Tyrod Taylor? Or give Russell Wilson a flyer and say, you're our guy. And if he starts winning football games for the Big Blue, Daniel Jones is coming back, you keep with the hot hand. As Russ is looking for a spot where if he's taking the league minimum and sticking the Broncos with the rest of the tab, he's not standing there with a backwards ball cap and an earbud in and being a good teammate. Solely. He wants to play football. He needs to get back on a career path that puts him in Canton, Ohio, and another ring on his finger like he had in MetLife on that night against the Broncos. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. And the Giants might give him the shot at Week 1. Who else is going to give him a shot at Week 1 in the National Football League right now? Tough to find that place. Tough to find him. So when I heard he's good with the Giants, okay. Because we heard he was going to be talking to the Steelers, and sure enough, we saw photographs of him flying commercial to Pittsburgh. I think we just saw a picture of it. Pop it back up there again if you don't mind. Oh yeah, there he is with the pilots on the plane.
Nice.
And seeing that shot of him, people were taking pictures of him, taking pictures of someone else. This one right here, Schefter put this one. I'll tell you this, and I believe, keep this up for a second, seeing a photograph of him taking snaps with fans as he's walking through the airport, flying commercial. No better way to show you mean business in looking for a job than by saying, I will fly out of Newark. I'm telling you.
I agree.
100%, hands down.
100%.
Is a way to show you are
Come on.
fully committed.
Come on.
Yeah.
You are fully committed.
100%.
I will deal with Newark International Airport
Just
is a
with
way to
baggage
say,
alone. If you got a bag-
I got this thing.
They've redone it.
They
Newark's
did it.
nice.
Excuse me.
No, they've
Excuse
upgraded.
me.
No.
And it's closer than JFK.
Excuse me. I'm 54 years old. When I fly out of Newark, I feel like I'm 105 by the time my ass hits the seat.
It's
Get out of here.
You are not welcome
All right.
in Jersey.
So true.
Excuse me.
I'm not welcome now either. It's
I will
terrible.
curse the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey till my dying days.
Goodness.
I agree, Rich.
That shows commitment
Yes.
to the craft
Man.
and trying to find a job.
TJ Russ had those.
But in all
Bread 11s
seriousness,
on.
he's flying commercial.
Bread 11.
To me, that's the headline.
That's respect.
What the hell?
Respect.
Now, how did Schefter get this photo?
I'm sure he's seeing it online, and
He
he's
took
just
it from someone else's
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, like,
Instagram.
where does he search?
He didn't.
Russ is a man of the people.
Didn't credit
Russ,
them?
airport.
Come on now.
Good
Photo
thing Del Tufo wasn't sitting in seat 1B.
Oh, Mike.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're retired from talking to people on the plane.
That's right.
But listen, he's going to Pittsburgh now. He's flying to Pittsburgh. And he's apparently going to walk past the Mr. Rodgers exhibit and the Franco Harris
They
Immaculate
moved that.
Reception statue,
George
and George Washington,
and the T-Rex,
and the
statue.
full-on Pittsburgh
Nice.
commercial flight experience.
Got to take a photo with
You know,
Franco.
right?
stopping off and getting a Cinnabon,
It's there.
sneaking,
Andy
and I
Ann's
wonder if
pretzels.
Russ is like walking through and saying, "Why do you need a package of Bugles that big?"
And why is it $28
For a water?
Airport prices?
But he's going to Pittsburgh where they're not going to tell him you can be the week 1 starter. And I saw the way my comments into this microphone were covered and aggregated yesterday. I saw it. Rich Eisen says Kenny Pickett will have to,
You and these
compete.
Steeler fans,
Russell will compete for. I don't know. And I love talking Steelers football because I love the coach. I love the team. I love the city. I love the history. I love everything about it. And I appreciate that they're listening to what I'm saying. Trust me. I'm one of those few people who like being right rather than being heard. But if I'm heard too and I wind up being right, then that's the win. I believe they love Kenny Pickett there. What do you think? They're going to just tell him to Pittsburgh? Welcome to Pittsburgh, Russ. You're going to be the week 1 starter. Of course not. They're going to say, you come here. We've got a great facility. We're the Pittsburgh friggin' Steelers. And that's George Pickens. That's Najee. Hey, you remember Beastquake? We got Bergquake. We got Jalen Warren. For the moment, Deontay Johnson. Freiermuth. Offensive lines, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward. He's got the same patches you have. I'm Mike Tomlin. And I approve this message. Like, that's what they're going to say to him. But when it all comes down to it, they're going to tell Kenny Pickett, you're a first-round pick from 2 years ago. We kind of love you. We loved you then. We still believe in you now. But sorry, this is Russ's job? So, to sum up, Giants might be the better fit. I think he wants to go to New York. He won the Super Bowl there. He and Ciara can wind up in page 6 if that's what, lights his fire. See the play? Like, just look at Rodgers living his best life before his Achilles blew up. Russ could do that too. Wind up on Broadway, do all that stuff. And the Giants, I think, would say to him, you're week 1. And then when Daniel Jones comes back, we'll deal with that then. But if you play, you're the hot hand, you're our guy. In Pittsburgh, I don't think they'll get that. And then the other thing, I'm telling everybody out there, all free agents that want to show that they mean business about finding a job in the National Football League, fly through Newark and have a photograph taken of it. Because that shows you have the gumption, the stomach, the want to. Because, geez, is that place the worst.
But, Rich, I'm going to
The
Seattle.
worst.
You still want to go through Newark?
Get out of here. I am so thrilled I could talk about a news subject on this show while slagging on Newark International Airport at the same time. It is a dream. For a kid from Staten Island, it's come true. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.